Working with a web designer can be stressful if you don't know what to expect. And I wanted to make a video that will help you prepare to work with a web designer so that you know what to expect and you know how the project will go. First things first, you need to do your research. By doing your research, I mean you need to find the right web designer for your project. It's not as simple as just Googling web designer and literally hiring the first result that comes up in Google. When it comes to finding the right web designer, you want to look for one that matches your aesthetic, because a person who creates websites with the same look and feel that you're going for is the one that will be able to get you and your project and will be able to complete it a lot faster than somebody who's used to working with a look and feel that's like rustic and vintage, and or somebody that designs bold and edgy websites, and just generally want somebody who understands your vibe. You also want to make sure that the web designer you've chosen works with your platform, because if you want the website on Squarespace and you found somebody who designs websites in Joomla, it's going to take them some time to get used to the platform, and that's going to slow down your project. But if you find somebody who designs websites in Squarespace, then that person is already experienced, it knows the platform like the back of their hand, and will be able to complete your project a lot faster. I also have to mention that you do not and you should not settle for the cheapest one. And in this case, the saying "you get what you pay for" really does ring true, because if you find a cheap web designer, I mean, you can probably find somebody on Fiverr to design a website for you. But that does not mean that that website will be what you need. It may even match your look and feel, your vibe, your aesthetic, but the website needs to do more than just be pretty. It needs to align with your business goals and your marketing goals and what it is that you're trying to do. Why do you even have a website? And if it's not doing that, you wasted your money, and then you have to start from scratch. In short, if it's not converting, it ain't working, and if it ain't working, it's a money and time wasted, and you want to avoid that. I go into a lot more details in what to look for in a web designer in one of my previous videos, so you can check out that wherever the title card is that points to that video. Next, you want to be familiar with the deadlines, and you want to respect the deadlines, because deadlines is what keeps the project going smoothly. And you'll have deadlines as a client, and of course the designer will have deadlines as well. Your deadlines will mostly involve submitting all the deliverables on time, so that basically means the content, the photos, anything else that needs to go onto your website, as well as providing timely feedback. Because if I send you, for example, and I'm pretty sure that my fellow designers will agree, but if I send you a website and I say, hey, I need your feedback on this on Wednesday, and I need it within 24 hours if we're launching on Friday, if this is a rush project and you don't provide me with feedback until Friday morning, well, needless to say, you won't be launching that Friday, because I also need time to implement the changes that you want, if you want any, and without enough time, you're just pushing everything back. So you want to respect that deadline, and you want to provide anything that you need to provide on time. The next tip I have for you is know and honor the contract, because as I've mentioned quite a few times in another video, contract is there to protect both you and me. Without the contract, it's just too big of a gamble for me to take you on, and it's too big of a gamble for you to work with me. So contract will help you understand what your obligations are and what my obligations are. It'll help you understand what your rights are, and it'll help you understand what my rights are. And finally, you'll be able to understand who owns the website in the end, because I know that there are some shady web designers out there, unfortunately, that will say that, yeah, sure, fine, we'll get you your website, and I'll help you with the hosting, I'll help you with registering the domain name, but you want to know who owns that domain name, because if it's your web designer, I wouldn't want to do that. You want everything to be in your name. You want to own everything. They may have the design rights to it, but in the end, it's your website and your content, and who owns that final rights, you need to be that's what the contract will help you understand. And if the contract says that it's not you, I think twice about working with them. The next point that will help you prepare is provide honest feedback. By honest feedback, I mean, yes, you are perfectly entitled to saying, hey, I don't like this, but what we don't want to hear as designers is make it pop, because most of us don't know what that means, because what pop may signify to you may not be the same for me. And I don't know what your pop is, and you don't know what my pop is. So can we avoid the general terms like make it pop or make it loud, or I wanted to scream something? First of all, websites don't scream. If you find one that does, let me know. I want to see it. But please provide feedback that's constructive. I'm looking for terms like, I want to replace this image on the about page with this image because I don't think it's the right for my type of audience. I don't like the shade of blue that you've chosen, and I would prefer it if you use this shade of blue. Or can you please move the image and the text so that they're the opposite of what they are right now, because I think that looks better, or that's really important to me because I always prefer my text to be on the right. That's more constructive than telling me I want my website to pop. Well, congratulations. So do a million other people too. So please be constructive, be detailed, and be descriptive. The next tip I have for you is trust the designer's expertise and avoid micromanaging them. Trust the designer's expertise and avoid micromanaging them, because they know, any designer worth their salt knows when their part is due. And they will find ways to keep you up to date, either by using a project management system like Asana or Basecamp or Freecamp or ClickUp or whatever their preference is, but you will be able to see how your project is moving along. So there is no need to check in on them every day and ask, hey, how's it going? Can I help with anything? Do you need my input on something? No, we don't. Once you have submitted your homework, once we had a chat with you, once we understand the mission and the vision and the goals behind your business and your brand, we will do our best to translate that into a web design that's going to align with that. We will request your feedback as agreed upon when the feedback is needed. But until such time, let me do my job, let us do our job, because if you keep checking in on me, I have to reply to you, I have to respond to you, because if I don't, one, it looks like I'm ignoring you, which sends all kinds of wrong signals, and if I have to keep replying to you, then you're preventing me from doing what I'm supposed to do, which, again, puts everything on hold. And last tip, do your homework. Don't think that it's not important, it is. Most designers will ask you to make a Pinterest board that's going to help to drive the mood board of the project. Some of them may also have like a content workbook that you need to fill out so that we get the copy the way it needs to be. Some may ask some other things for you. And we're asking this not because we want to be a pain in the ass, but because every questionnaire, every question, every task that we give you has a specific purpose. And that specific purpose is to get to know your business, your mission, your vision, your goals, your brand better, so that we know what we need to do as designers to get you the results that you want, whether that's to increase the signups, increase the chances of you getting more public speaking gigs, whether you want more sales, whether you want more clients, whatever it is, we will find answers to what we need to do as designers in those questionnaires that we ask you to fill out. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, consider subscribing to my channel, and I'll see you in the next one.